Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of August, 2024. The time now is 14 minutes past 3 in the morning, 14 minutes past 3 a.m. This is a message for Joe Gans, the famous pugilist boxer that lived in the 19th century. Hey Joe, I'm not scared of you. And you may not be aware, Joe, that these British people and those in the United States of America, they say you were probably the best ever. Do you believe that? I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but if I could ask you, do you believe that you were the best ever? That's what they're saying about you. I mean, I've got your book on my shelf. I think I've read it once or twice. I think I've read it once. It's not a bad read. And have you heard of Anthony Joshua? Obviously, you haven't heard of him. I mean, there's a man named Anthony Joshua. He's alive. He's fighting today. He's very popular with the British. You know, I'm from Jamaica. I'm Jamaican, but he's very popular with the British. They love him. He's got a tattoo on his back of a lion. He's got a tattoo on his finger. Might call him the tattoo man. That's a joke. They don't call him the tattoo man. I said they might as well call him the tattoo man. It's a joke. Anyway, Joe, you're not the greatest ever. I watch your videos on YouTube. There's one, Joe Gans, the highlights. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them on you. Some very solemn, very severe videos. You know, but you're a black man. You're Afro-Caribbean. You're like me, Afro-Caribbean. It's very hard to say in this day and age, Joe. You know how we black people speak. It's hard to do it now because they take it completely the wrong way. These ones there. You know these people. I can't even express my true thoughts here because if you was here, Joe, with me, you'd understand. But it's difficult. Let me just keep it simple. And anyway, you weren't the best ever. Do you understand? Where's this coming from? James J. Jeffries is the best ever. Gentleman Jim Corbett is the best ever. John L. Sullivan is the best ever. Muhammad Ali is the greatest. Floyd Mayweather is the greatest ever. The greatest ever what? Road sweeper. That's a joke. They're not getting my jokes. No, I know you're not road sweepers, you're boxers. What I'm trying to say is, the greatest ever what? Bricklayer. Did you lay the greatest brick? Did you put the biggest wall with bricks? Put cement on it. You put the cement on there, you built this really big wall. That was the highest wall in your country. That's a joke. What I'm saying is, you're not the greatest. And fighting is not a joke, it's not a game. Because when you're giving man a licks in the head, you don't glamour. That's not glamorous, really. It's not. It's a brutal sport. Thinking about it, really. If you're a really sensitive and loving person, hitting a heavy bag and with mean intention, you know, and sparring and training and weightlifting day after day and jogging and press ups to inflict injury on a man in a prize ring, in a boxing ring, that could cause him brain damage or skull damage or break his nose, and it will never be the same for the rest of his life. His nose is flat against his face. Many boxers have flat noses because that bone here has been smashed to pieces, broken. You think that's nothing to be saying, I'm the best ever at that, or I'm the greatest, I'm the best ever, like Floyd Mayweather. Nothing funny in that. There's nothing fashionable or glamorous. Boxing and fighting is a brutal sport. Yeah, it's a brutal sport. It's because men, let me explain to you. It's because men are very competitive in their nature. It's part of Mother Nature. It happens in the animal world as well. We're not animals, but it happens in the animal world that the males in some species have a sense of dominance. You understand? It's to do with the females and reproduction and the mating game. It's part of nature. It keeps the species alive. It helps the strongest to survive. Does that make sense to you? Did you study biology? And when you was alive, did they teach you biology at school or college? Did you get that education, that learning? It's true. It's part of Mother Nature. You relate to the lions in the jungle. The lions and the tigers, and they do that as well. It's part of nature. So what I'm saying is to you, Joe, I never met you, and they won't release none of your fights over here. There's none of your fights in the United Kingdom, and the fights that they have in the United States of America, they're not given easy access to your fight. So I can't even compare you to Frank Bruno, or I can't compare you to Lennox Lewis, or I can't compare you to Prince Nassim Hamed, or I can't compare you to Emir Khan. Do you understand? Or I can't compare you to Barry McGuigan. I can't compare you to anybody. I haven't seen you fight. But these, according to the Americans, the white Caucasians in the United States of America, you were the best thing since Rolls Royces were invented. Rolls Royce is a luxury car that we have here in the United Kingdom. It's a luxurious car. Invented by the British, the Rolls Royce. They're saying that you're the best fighter since something like the Rolls Royce was invented. You were the game changer. Like the Rolls Royce, in terms of automobiles, was the game changer. Such a lovely, luxurious vehicle. So you're like the Rolls Royce in the boxing, because they're saying you're a game changer. You were the best ever that ever lived. Do you believe that? I'm not doubting you, but these Caucasians, the people in America, the white people, that's their assessment. So what I'm saying to you is, did you fight a bear? Or could you fight a bear? A grizzly bear? Would you ever think about fighting a bear? What about a lion? Could you fight a lion? Could you go in a cage ring, like in a zoo or in a coliseum, and fight a lion for us? Could you do something like that? No. Hear me out. Could you fight a lion? Could you do that? What about two lions? Could you go in an arena with two lions? Not just one, two lions. Hungry lions that haven't eaten for about 1 week. Could you go in an arena with them? I'm not suggesting this to people or to do this. I'm just saying theoretically. I'm not saying in the real world, because obviously nothing is real today, is it? I mean, I'm not saying in the real world. I'm saying theoretically, like in a dream, like hypothetically. Not to say to do it or to do it in reality. Some people are crazy. They don't understand what I'm saying. You've got a lot of mad people. There are not a lot of mad people, but what I'm saying is people that are, they're quick to judge and they're quick to accuse and point the finger. They're on something. I don't know what they're on, but they're not getting it. So I'm talking to them. You've got to be careful, because these ones, that they're there and they're very judgmental and they want to find fault, and they do it all the time. Because they're perfect and their God is perfect. Because their God is perfect, they're perfect and they're holy. And they're holy, like they're holy people. So you've got to be careful, because, but what I'm saying, Joe, could you fight two lions? And you were not the best according to me. Ask them to release your videos. I know you're not here, I know you're in heaven, but ask them to release the videos, your DVDs. Send it to Ringside. Ask them to stock it with Ringside, and I can watch them. Then I can watch them on my TV, and I can give you I can make another video and tell you what I think. I dare you to. Ask the Americans in the United States, in New York or wherever they are, to release those fights to Ringside in the United Kingdom, in the UK. I'll buy them, I'll watch them, and I'll do another video and give you my full honest assessment of how I think you can fight. I dare you to do that as a black man. You take care. My name, you're looking at the kid BlackieThe Non-Pareil. That's me. Been training for over 40 years, non-stop. I'm not bragging. It's just a fact. It's my fact. You take care, mate.